What's up, everybody? We are back with another round of burning questions, and today I got Steve with me. He's super excited to eat some spicy stuff.
I don't know what I got myself into.
No,
but
you don't.
Okay.
But it's gonna be awesome. So, if you guys have tuned into those before, you know this is where we ask some fun questions and eat spicy salsa. So, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time, Steve. Here we go. So starting off, Tostitos on the front end.
Okay.
Just one scoop, a good scoop. That's all you need.
I need one good scoop.
It will get worse, I promise. And in regards to food, Steve, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, for like every meal,
Every meal.
what would you choose?
Man, you got to hit me with that.
I know.
Sushi.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yep.
Okay.
Sushi.
Why?
Because it tastes so good and doesn't make me feel gross.
That's fair.
And it comes in so many different. There's
There's
a lot of variety.
options. There are
in
options.
sushi. Yeah.
Are
So.
there any, like egg options, like for breakfast that you could throw in there?
Yeah. It's just.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Boom. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, you get it, round two. That first one was easy, right?
Yeah, that was a piece of cake.
We're just gonna keep moving.
All right.
All right.
I'm so nervous. Like I'm being set up.
So Steve, you're in a house full of girls.
Yes.
How is that? Like, what's your favorite part of that?
That's really good.
I'm going. That's like a
That's really
little
good.
mango action.
Yeah. Well, the best part of being around all girls is that they brought characteristics out of me that I didn't know existed. Had to learn to be more patient, way more understanding.
Yeah.
I'm kind of rough. You know, if you fall, it's like, shut up, get up, get up. You
Yeah.
know, that's how I am. But with girls, it's just like, you know, they're different. They're different emotionally. They're emotionally structured different
Yeah.
than us.
Absolutely.
So, seeing that firsthand and having 4 daughters and then my wife, and honestly, it helps me treat my wife better.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't
Right.
want my daughters to think that that's okay. So it's like, you know, they kind of hold me to a standard,
Right.
an expectation, quote unquote.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's very,
Right.
very interesting. I lose a lot of battles. I have a girl dog. So,
You really got all of it.
it is what it is.
That's great.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like empathy and patience and like all of that, right? You've just grown.
I've grown
exponentially, right?
so much.
Yeah,
I've
that's
had
awesome.
to. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
They didn't give me a choice.
Yeah, right. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I love it. So we can keep rolling, but this one you start to feel it. And Steve, we have a thing. I need you to make. You see this face? Can you make that face for the camera for me?
Wait.
Here you go.
That dude-
Just make that face. That's it. That's perfect. That's perfect. I love
Oh,
it.
man,
we start to get a little kick here. It's not too bad.
A little kicky.
You get a little bit.
That mango
The mango's
is
good.
really good.
So talking about like dealing with people, you're sophomore boys. All right. What's your favorite part? You got a unique bunch there.
Yeah.
What do you love about leading them and serving with them?
The energy.
Wow. No.
They have a lot of energy. And then we have those moments of just realness and just transparency and just you really get to see the battles they're facing,
Yeah.
which I've told them this many times before. Like, man, I would rather be a kid in my time than in their time because they're facing adult issues.
Yeah.
Like, started something as basic as school. The time, like the expectations on these kids and their time, like school is like a job now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like these guys, they come home and they have homework and they have this and they got. I can't tell you how many times they come in a group and like, well, I gotta check my schedule because I have this, I have that, I have
Yeah.
this. I'm just like, dude, when I was a sophomore, I was just playing basketball, trying to get a girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Right. No. Yeah. They're overloaded. Absolutely. There's so much going on.
But it's like the norm, and that's scary to me.
Right. 6 AP classes and
Like,
sports.
because I
Yeah.
just think it's more to life than education.
Right.
Because
Right.
for one, I'm a believer that education and intelligence are two different things. So you can read out a book all you want to. Like when you
Yeah.
get a diploma or a degree, it just shows you went through a process.
Right.
Doesn't necessarily prove you're intelligent. And don't even add in the time that, you know, the Christianity walk. Where do you fit that in?
Right. Right. What
You
do you
know?
time for? Right. What's
Yeah.
your priority? Like, what does
Exactly.
success look like at the end of the day?
Exactly. They basically try to
Good questions.
push that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Biology, this is what matters. Like,
Absolutely.
dude,
So on a deeper level, like with that, you love serving those boys. They bring you energy, right? But like,
Yes.
why do you have a passion for pouring into the next generation?
I just think it's important, man. Just with the things that they're facing, without people that have experienced things to speak into their lives, they're gonna be lost.
Yeah.
And like the younger generation, as independent as they may seem sometimes with all this technology, they need structure. They're still designed a certain way.
Yeah.
Like kids want structure. They want you to care. You know, they want you to pour into them. And so it's just like, this is my community, and that's what I'm gonna do. Just pour into the youth more so than any other thing. That's what I like to do. So.
Yeah, certain love it. That's
Yep,
awesome, man.
yep.
All right, you ready? We're going 2 chips on this one. It gets a little worse, little salsa verde here.
This is
you know?
green. So. I'm surviving.
You feeling good?
I'm doing good.
You might need some water or something.
Yeah, sure.
Our audience here. So right now, you flip open your phone, check out the media. There's a lot going on with Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But I think one thing, like, we have a lot of kids who want to help. They want to make a difference. They want to change.
Yes.
And they don't want this to just end once this social media, like, I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once the blow up online and on the news kind of goes away, we want to continue to see a change, right? How can our students start to do that?
Well, first of all, the fact that we wanted to just, because typically what happens is, situation like this happens, everyone wants to talk, then it goes away.
Right.
So the fact that it's sticking around, that's progress within itself.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as far as our students helping, the best thing you can do is proximity. Like Josh preached about Sunday.
Yeah.
Is really, and I know that's difficult to them because some of them don't drive.
Right.
But I don't know how we can help them and aid them in that. And because you have to be around diversity to really understand. Like you obviously see the difference, the pigmentation difference, but in order to truly understand not just Black culture, but Asian culture, Latin culture, you have to be around them.
Yeah.
You gotta go. You know, it's because each culture everyone has their own little swag.
Right.
You know what
right.
I mean?
Everyone's so different, right?
Yeah. So to truly understand how you can help, you gotta be in proximity with it.
That's good.
Yep.
Just being there, being around it.
Being around it. Yep.
I love it. So we've heard, I know a lot, we've heard this idea of like, okay, you gotta listen well, right? You gotta learn, you gotta listen well. Like what is that practically? Are you dying right now?
No, this just got me right here in my throat.
So this like learning attitude, listening well, what does that look like practically?
Oh, wow.
It's a big, I know that's a big open.
That's a big one.
Right.
Being vulnerable, being willing to look like an idiot.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being willing to understand. A lot of people listen to respond. Listen to understand.
Right.
That's such a big deal, and that's on both sides.
Right.
That's not just our kids, but that's the Black culture as well, or the Latin culture. You got to be able to sit down at a table like this and be vulnerable with each other.
Yeah.
And talk, like really talk, not through text or
Right.
through FaceTime or Zoom meetings. That's what everyone's getting used to with COVID, but literally talk to someone and try to understand them.
Yeah.
Truly, that's what that looks like practically.
Right, and creating space for that too, right?
Yes.
Like you talked about proximity.
Proximity.
Creating space, listen. I love
Yes.
it. I love it.
Okay,
All right,
break.
thank you, Becky. Thank you, audience. Here we go, Steve. This is where it starts to happen.
Okay, these last three, right?
This is not, yeah, it's bad.
Oh boy.
You ready for this? No?
Oh my gosh.
That's
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo. That just lit me up.
Oh, it sure goes.
If
You're
I
cleaning
start-
up, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sweating already.
Wow.
You can see it. Yeah, it's not good.
I will never buy that. What is that?
This is Red's Ghost Pepper Salsa. That's like the line for you.
Got some cowboy with a red
It's-
beard on it.
it's
I
not
shouldn't
good.
have bit that. Oh, and I gotta eat
It's bad.
another one of those?
Oh yeah, we got two. Yeah, one more of those, and then it just gets worse. Don't worry. Don't worry.
If I start crying, I'm not emotional. I'm just hot. I'm just hot. Oh, okay.
Man. So in this whole conversation, right, there is like no matter. I know this is great. In this conversation, no matter your ethnicity, right, no matter your background, we all have a role to play,
Yes.
right? We all can help in some way. And how how can we lift others up during this time? Like no matter who you are, how can we lift others up?
That's a tough question.
I'm nailing you today. We're
Yeah,
getting
you
some
are.
good
That's a really tough question. I really don't have a good answer for that, honestly. Just because, man, you see what's going on, all the protesting, and you have some people out there with their hearts in the right place, but you got some people out there who have done some very, They're using this opportunity to be destructive. So it's just like I get, like, I don't want to say it's okay, but I get the hesitation from the white culture.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it, because it's like, for one, you're not exactly educated on the whole thing. And then you see what you see on the media, which is a big part of it, because the media tends to show the negative stuff and not the good stuff. It's really hard to just have one answer to say, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
It's literally a case-by-case scenario. Because, like, let's say, for me and my family, it's just a matter of, for us, it would be, hey, just understanding and having a conversation. For someone else, it may be deeper than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it really depends on what person you're around.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. I know, dude. Doubling up there. It's great. We got ice cream if you need some.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And this gets worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been doing this to people?
This is my 4th round, Steve. It's not good. Remember that, kids. When you think something's a good idea, think about the consequences before you act.
Right.
So, before we get too much worse here, so I know a lot of, like, our youth group is the majority, the most of our kids, right? We have a lot of white kids. And I know a lot of those kids feel like they're walking on eggshells sometimes, right? They want to make a difference. Yeah, give them that ice cream. They want to make a difference, but they're nervous about, like, saying the wrong thing. You know, like, what would you tell those kids?
Okay. First, you can't worry about it. Like, the truth is, if you don't say something, someone's gonna be mad. If you do say something,
Yeah.
someone's gonna be mad.
Right.
So just try to align your heart with the gospel.
Amen. Yeah.
And go from there.
Yeah.
And let God take care of everything else. Because the truth of the matter is, this racial harmony problem is far bigger than what we could will each other to
Absolutely.
do. This is a Jesus
Big.
thing, you
Right.
know. So the best thing we can do is align ourselves with the gospel in our hearts
Yeah.
and go from there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Good. All right, before we... Okay. I need a bite.
Holy cow.
I need a bite. We're dying here. So backtracking just a little bit. That feels really good. Backtracking just a little bit. We have students who maybe they're mixed or Asian or like Hispanic, and they're like, okay, where's my voice in this?
Yeah.
You know, like it's Black Lives Matter, but other minorities, like where do you think their voice fits into this whole conversation?
Well, the whole Black Lives Matter, you know, it's interesting when I hear that. When I hear people get offended when people say that, it's very interesting to me, especially when Christians are literally around someone, I won't say their name, but they went on to say, well, don't you, they literally were like playing bags, and they were like, well, don't you talk to me about the Black Lives Matter stuff? And I'm just like, it's just so misunderstood.
Right.
Because we're not saying that only our lives matter. We sit in church and we sing about Jesus leaving the 99 to save the one.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying, is that we're the lives that's in trouble.
Yeah.
And the reality is, this is just the goodness truth, if you're driving around with a broken tail light, and I'm driving around with a broken tail light, it's a little different.
Yeah.
So a lot of people they see me all around town all the time, and I just fit in the community because I've been here. You know, I graduated from Wheeler High School, and I've just been here. So they're just used to me. But my reality is, there's no way I would do that. I wouldn't even drive that car. Because, and I've been pulled over before where my kids have literally burst into tears. They were afraid. And I was calm, but it's just like, there's always that chance that you can get a cop on a bad day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's, oh man, it's just one of those things that we're not saying that only Black Lives Matter. We're not saying that. We're saying we're the ones being murdered. I don't know if you've ever, have you seen the video with George Floyd?
Yeah. Right.
And it's always interesting to me, it's like, what made this one? And I think my personal opinion was the body language of the officer. Like he almost looked as if he enjoyed it. And I think that really just like hit people in a different spot.
Right.
Because honestly, every other, I'm not gonna say every other one, but most of the, you know, the killings prior to this, there was always some gray area where you can argue
Yeah.
that maybe he shouldn't have been doing this or maybe he shouldn't have been doing that. But with this being caught on video the way it was and just the way it went down, it just hit people in a different way. Just to see like the guy wasn't afraid. He just kind of enjoyed it. And to hear that guy plead for his life, you know, a 40-some-year-old man call out for his mom.
Yeah. Right.
You know, it was just like,
yeah, it's tough.
it's tough.
Right. And I think, I mean, when I like look at everything going on, next chips here, Steve, I'm going deeper. I really do think like this was kind of the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? Like there's been issues for a long time, and like this was it, right? You ready for this?
Oh boy.
Yeah. You dying right now, Steve? You good?
Yes. Man.
It's great. Sorry about the technical difficulties, everyone. We're rolling. But I appreciate your side of this, Steve, and like hearing what you got to say, like, because I think you have so much wisdom in this, and like a lot of good input, and like you love our students and that you're respected, and I think like respect is such a big part of this conversation, right?
Yes,
Respecting people,
it's a huge part.
Building relationships, all of that.
And I don't want our students to be mad or upset or feel like they have to do so much for their whiteness. You can't control that.
Right.
Like you literally, what they say, you have like a 1 in 400 trillion chance of being born the way you are.
Yeah.
You can't control you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I definitely don't, speaking to our kids, like, you can't feel bad about that. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Yeah, like,
That's good.
don't take on that burden.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that to yourselves.
Absolutely.
It's not your responsibility.
That's good. So part of my, I know, here we go. Part of my deep respect for you, Steve, is just like, I know that you love the Lord. And God is so important to you. And you can see that when you're at church and you're around the community. You can see that, and it's awesome. So with that, what's your favorite way to connect with God? Like to be with him and hang out with him?
Music.
Okay.
Nothing gets me in that mode more than music. Whether it's Christian rap, even normal hip hop, the good hip hop.
Yeah.
The good hip hop.
I
There's a
got
lot
you.
of junk out here.
Yeah.
But the good hip hop has a lot of Bible in it without saying it's the Bible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, music or reading the word, man. Like the word is just so powerful. It just jumps off the pages, and I don't know how you can read through the gospel and not be
Right. Moved. Absolutely.
Yeah, like
Right.
yeah. I don't know
crazy.
how you can do that.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in church since I was in 3rd grade. Every time you open the book, something different pops out at you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like God reveals things to you as you etch along this journey.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, for me it's music and the word.
Yeah.
I'm very moved by music, yeah.
What's your favorite worship song right now?
Oh, wow. Dude, does it have to be like a song? Can it be a rap song?
That's fine.
I'm actually wearing a shirt.
Nice. Love it.
So this is Lecrae's shirt.
Shout out, not a sponsor.
No, not a sponsor. Not a sponsor. I went to Lecrae concert with my family. Well, this was with Christine. The shirt says, "Being broke made me rich." It's just a song about growing up in the mud, which quote unquote is the ghetto. But it was a good thing because he didn't have money. It made him rich in other ways. So I love that song.
Yeah, that's good. All right,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
Here we go. We got one salsa left. This is the Reaper
Oh,
Super Hot Salsa.
no.
Here we go. We got 2 more of these chips, and that's it.
The
You got
Reaper?
this. We believe in you.
Yeah, I said
It's bad. I'm sweating over here.
I
don't know
am
if you're there too.
I have on this black t-shirt. I'm surprised you didn't see my pit stains right now.
I think this one's worse, in my opinion. This one's still bad, though. All right, Steve, I got 2 questions for you.
That one was worse.
They're bad. They're all bad. These 3 are not fun.
Yeah. Oh. Just
2 more questions for you. With quarantine going on, the toilet paper supply is low, Steve. If you had to choose 3 other items to wipe with, what would you pick?
T-shirt.
That's a good one.
Oh, wow. To see a T-shirt, baby wipes, and paper towel.
There you go.
A little rough, but that would be the last one. I
Do
go
the
to.
job.
Yeah, do the job.
last one. Okay.
I use a T-shirt the most so I can wash it.
That's good. There you go.
Yeah.
Resourceful. All right, Steve. Last chip. Last question. I know.
Dude.
You're grinding here. You're
I
killing it.
am. Holy moly.
All right. Last question is this. This is your last minute to share with our CSM kids, our students.
Okay.
Last thing you just want to share with them.
Just overall?
Overall, anything you want.
Oh, man. Back to what I was saying earlier about not apologizing for being white. Don't take on that burden. This is not just your fight. It's everyone's fight. We all have to improve. We all have to do better. Yes, you see videos of people that look like me getting murdered in the street innocently, but there are things about my culture, and this is just me being transparent, dude. There are things about my culture I need to improve as well. So I really don't like when the media make it seem like white people need to do everything, because that's just not the case.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We all need to align our hearts with the gospel, because it is the only thing that transcends the way we couldn't be more different looking.
Right.
Like sitting at this table
You're
right
right.
now.
Yeah.
Like you got this fluff, I got this ponytail of dreadlocks, I'm black,
You're
and
right.
white.
You're right.
But what brought us to this table is the gospel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's literally what you have to center your hearts around, is that, and understand that things are not going to change like that. And there's going to be adversity.
Yeah.
You know, but being a Christian, the whole book of Hebrews is about perseverance. You know, you gotta persevere through it. This is something that the gospel calls us to do. I can't remember which gospel book it's in, but you know, Jesus, Mary's looking for Jesus because she's getting wind of the Pharisees and Sadducees getting mad, and he's in the house, and she sends her brother, I think his brother, in to get him, and he's like, it's like, Jesus, your mother's out there to get you, and he's like, my mother and my brother are those who follow the word of God. And that's Jesus basically saying, like, hey, I'm with those who follow Christ. So even more than my skin color, before I'm black, I'm a child of God.
Right, that family's different.
It's different. It's a different bloodline.
Absolutely.
So,
That's
yeah,
good.
man, that's my message to you guys.
There you
But
go.
please don't take on that burden, and don't be so shameful, I guess, or it's okay to admit to ignorance, but just try to be in proximity and just educate yourself.
That's good.
You can't, this battle is so big, and it's been going on for so long, so long, that all you have to do, just do your little part.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
That's great.
yeah.
Sweet. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys want more resources or information about this big topic, please shoot us a message. We'd love to get in contact and help you talk through this and discuss through it more. But thanks, Steve, for coming out. It was a ton of fun.
Thank you.
Your mouth is okay.
Yeah, I have
It was
to
great.
recover.
It's gonna be great. You'll feel it tomorrow.
hot.
Don't worry.
My
But
gut is on fire.
appreciate you guys.
Literally.
Tune in next time. Thanks.
All right. Woo.